Go out there. You know how dangerous it is.
Well, I would love to describe. You can describe me the psychological preparation for this, because it's really, really like a mind game, a crazy game.
Yeah. It's just kind of. It's funny. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm lazy. I don't have to do when I work. I don't have to do that much preparation, because it's kind of when you film a movie, you're running around with a gun. So especially when like this, you don't have to pretend that you're running around with a gun. So that's actually kind of the easier parts of acting. It's more the scenes where you're like sitting and talking and that stuff, which are, I think, in this movie cool because they're peppered throughout and they make these characters very human. It makes you feel more connected, and I think it makes throughout the journey of the movie, it feels a little more intense because you're watching people that you're rooting for and you want to survive. So the preparation was really like reading the script, just knowing what's going on, and then like showing up and being ready to kind of go with whatever happens.
This won't bring him back. It won't make you feel any better. Don't do this.
It's late. You need to leave.
But actually, there's like a twist in your situation, because your wife is in the movie. Mm-hmm. You're playing a husband in the movie, and you have this situation in the movie, and it's kind of, how do you work that, guys?
I know. It was funny because there's a bunch of scenes where, like towards the beginning, where we're trying to get the keys for the car or something, and the director was like, we just need something to like fill time here, but remember, you guys are in a bad place. And so it was just like, the key. It was just like totally something from real life, like a fight we always have, where it's like, can you unlock? Why? You knew we were going to the car. Why didn't you have the keys ready? So it was kind of like, using the things from our real life where we're annoyed with each other and throwing them in there, but not taking them too far, because we didn't want to fight when we went home. And
the situation is like, the project like is a solution for society, but it's like a kind of cruel solution.
Yeah.
Really extreme.
Yeah, it's definitely very extreme. Just the concept that if everyone could do whatever they want one night of the year, that then they won't have the urge to do it the rest of the year. I think it's a very cool concept. Not that I would support it. I don't know if I believe it would actually work, though. I think people who want to do bad things would still do bad things the other nights of the year. But it's a very scary thing, which doesn't seem too far-fetched, almost.
And it's not fair, because it's kind of, it's also like a battle of power at the end of surviving, but also classes.
You need to be able to afford to survive, and as you saw in the first one, it's, rich families, they have these huge, crazy security systems where they're totally safe. They're basically like in a bunker. But then you see more of the other side of things in this one, where it's, if you don't have a lot of money, you're kind of sitting around in your apartment with one little gun, hoping no one comes in. And just think of like homeless people. They're just like fish in a barrel or something like that. So it definitely, people with more money have more power and more safety, and it is a reflection of, what life is like in the real world now, because unfortunately, it's so about how much money you have, the more prosperous you can be and the better off you are. And it's hard to get by, it's hard to move up in the world.
And that's kind of the message, like you have the power and you have the money, you have the power, and you are, maybe someone is like better than you in a certain way. So it's kind of cruel, but
completely
true.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Yeah, it's just people with power, they take advantage of the people without it, as opposed to trying to help them.
When you were doing the movie, it was a certain position. Well, who would I kill if I'm in this position?
It's funny. I actually never had that thought. The director told me that when he did the first one and people heard about it, people weren't even like, I never thought about it, and people were like, I wish I could kill this person. I wish there was a purge. I'm like, that's kind of scary. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anyone I hate that much.
No, it's like extreme, because maybe people is gonna think like, oh, maybe we can have a day like this, or maybe not. I think that is just like the idea of having this day is confronting all that.
So, what would you do?
We are in
kind
society.
Of the question of like, if we had this day, what would you do? I would hole up in my home and not go anywhere. Also because I'd be freaked out that, like, you know, think if you have friends who are like, all right, we're gonna have a purge party. No one here is purge. I mean, it happens in the movie. You know, they think they're safe, but one person, and it's within their rights to, you know, do whatever they want. I mean, I would just trust my wife and be like, it's just us, no one else.
It's like attempting to your dark side.
Exactly.
Like,
so
how would you do in a situation like this? How do you prepare? Are you safe in your home? Are you safe in the street? Are you safe as a society? It's like really, really, it keeps you thinking.
It's creepy. It's definitely very creepy and eerie. I'm very glad we don't have to do this in real life.
What do you think is the most important message that the movie has for the audience?
Most important message is, well, I think it's really a kind of, you know, it's just saying how, like, messed up violence is, and kind of the concept that why do we need, like, is it really inherent? Do people really need to get these urges out? And, like, what is the need for it? Like, wouldn't we be better off not doing it and then not, I mean, I think there's a big push for gun control in the movie, which I agree with, but it's kind of saying, like, what is the point of all these guns? All they do is hurt people. And do we really have that need to hurt people? It seems kind of unrealistic that we do.
It's like having the confrontation as a society. What can we allow? What can we stand? How can we accept the difference between us and just get along?
Exactly.
As
I mean,
a country.
it's funny because this is kind of like a dystopian situation in the movie, and it so easily could be more of a utopian one where we are just all helping each other and working together as opposed to just killing each other off.
Well, you are in home. What are you doing? What are you gonna do at home?
Well, I'm here. You know, I saw my best buddy last night and had dinner, and then having dinner with my parents tonight, breakfast with my grandparents tomorrow, and then I gotta fly back to California. So just cramming in everything I can while I can. Seeing my brother-in-law for a beer before dinner. I was like, I have an hour. Do you want to meet up for a beer? He's like, sure, yeah, I'll meet you. So just trying to do everything I can.
And what's next for you and your career plans?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, you want to make sure that you do the right thing. You don't want to just jump into whatever. And, you know, luckily the wife is working right now, so I can be a little, I can take care of the house and take a break from working. So, yeah, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Cool, it was my pleasure.
Just remember all the good the Purge does.